that I really feel fortunate about with Money Concepts in our MCI. We have a lot of really great strategic partners with us, with the IMOs and FMOs that provide a lot more than just um, carrier relationships. They really help you in your business development. And one of those that's going to be joining us today is U.S. Marketing. U.S. Marketing has been with us quite some time, and we are so fortunate to have them as a strategic partner. And again, they go beyond just some of the things from a carrier standpoint. They have a lot of resources that they've shared with a lot of you in your practice. And one of the things in talking with Eric and Don Fortney, they have on our dashboard, we have a green button there that I'm going to let Eric talk about, but it's really one of the things that we get challenged with in our industry is getting leads. And there's always all kinds of ways to get different leads in your business. But one of the things that we like to see is something that provides and works on your behalf behind the scenes. And so that's one of the things that Eric shared with me, some very interesting ways that they're helping a lot of you generate leads and work on your behalf in your day-to-day operation. So I'm going to turn it over to Eric Fortney from U.S. Marketing. And Eric, the floor is yours, and you can share your screen and we'll take it away.
Excellent. Excellent. Thanks, Alan. I appreciate that. Yeah, we've been a partner of Money Concepts for a lot of years. I'm kind of seeing some of the names at on my screen here. There's a lot of very familiar names. I know we're wishing you a little bit of luck there, Alan, with Hurricane Sally getting ready to crush you. Hopefully you got your water wings out and your paddle boards. So Alan's right. One of the biggest things is how do you get leads? And we do have the Easy Insurance button on our on the Money Concepts dashboard. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen at the moment. Alan, are you able to see that? Yep, good deal. And one of the things we're developing and continuing to grow that Easy Insurance and the offerings on that. And one thing that we've worked with Alan and the team at Money Concepts about recently is bringing a lead program through that system. So we're going to talk about that today. But for those of you who don't know me, I am a vice president here at U.S. Marketing. We do handle everything on the fixed side of the industry. So at the last couple of sessions that we've been at, I've talked about the two sides to the coin, the growing and the protecting of assets. We handle the protection side. So we've got a full suite of annuities. As Barry mentioned, that's a very big part of planning. Life insurance, long-term care, disability, and we even get down into the weeds with you when it comes to case design and additional support. So here's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about leads. Why do we need them? What's good about them? What's bad about them? We're going to talk about a unique tool that we've just unrolled with Money Concepts that gives you your own ability to generate your leads. And we're going to go through what the client experience is, as well as how and where to implement this tool and your demographic and target markets that this tool could be used in. But as we get going, I got a couple questions for you. Number one, anybody have an idea of what the most overlooked but critical part of a financial plan is? I'll let you think about that for a second. It's something that's not talked about enough, and that's life insurance. Okay, life insurance is one of the few tax shelters left in America, and it's one of the few tax shelters left in planning. And what I mean by that is it is a way for you to be able to pass inheritance and pass assets on from one generation to the next completely income tax free. So it's not going to have an effect on income or earnings or future tax for those clients. It's going to go income tax free. Now, a lot of advisors do shy away from that conversation. And what we found out is they're uncomfortable with the life insurance conversation. Don't have a strong background in insurance. That's not why they got into the planning industry. And it takes a while to issue a policy. So reality is, when you get looking at it, don't shy away from it. And heaven forbid, don't do what I've heard a couple advisors do. And that is when insurance comes up in a planning conversation or even in a discovery meeting, don't tell them that's something that you're not interested in, or to go down the street and talk to their insurance guy. And I actually had an advisor I was talking to a few months ago that said that's what he does with all of the clients that ask him about insurance. He says, go talk to your insurance guy down the road. And I said, well, who's their insurance guy? And he goes, oh, the State Farm guy or the American Family guy. He was referencing their property and casualty people. Property and casualty people are invading in your space. They're handling insurance. They're handling life. They're handling annuities. They're handling disability. They're handling long-term care. They're handling that protection mode. They're not getting into the stocks. They're not getting into the funds, but they're encroaching on your business. And there's no reason to hand that client over to a competitor that easily and that willy-nilly. You also don't know what the hot button of a client is, especially at discovery. You don't want to turn off a client that maybe has had life insurance and impact in his life. You don't want to turn him or her off by saying that's not something that you're interested in. You don't feel it's important in their plan. So, you know, and there's another thing I have said at the last few sessions, which is if you're putting yourself out there as a planner or an advisor, and you're not advising for a guaranteed or planning for a guaranteed event in life, you're really doing a disservice for your clients. And you're opening up, I believe you're opening up yourself to liability, because you're not, how many times can you use the word guaranteed when it comes to investing? You can't, right? That's rule number one. You can't say anything's guaranteed in here, but you can guarantee somebody's going to pass away, and you can plan for that guarantee. And there's a lot of different reasons why you would use insurance in a plan. But what is the lifeblood of sales? That's the second question. It's getting in front of new clients, right? That's how we keep our businesses growing. And Dennis touched on it earlier today when he talked about acquiring, servicing, and administering to your client base. Okay, you need to continually grow your business. Yeah, you can mine your own book. You can continue to work with those clients. You can try and get referrals, but you need to get in front of those new clients in order to keep your business growing and keep your income trajectory on an upward trend. So what are the typical ways that we do that, the traditional ways? We do referrals, right? We all sit down with our clients, we talk to each other, we ask them if they feel they did a good job to refer them on to their friends and family. You do seminars. There are some advisors in here that do seminars. What's the challenge with that? You've got plate lickers mixed in with the good prospects. So, and more often than not, you got people looking for a free meal. So that tends to not be a great way. You advertise. Everybody on this call should be advertising to some degree, putting your name out, putting your brand out in front of the public and out in front of your current prospects and out to your current clients. And then there's leads. And that's really what we're going to talk about today. And we're going to go in more depth on that. So what are some of the challenges and some of the benefits to working with leads? Okay, benefits. You know clients are interested in your services, right? They've been pre-screened. So they've talked to somebody, they've filled out a survey that says, I am interested in financial planning. I am interested in insurance. I am interested in annuities. So you have that. They've been pre-screened. You know that they've met a certain income level, an age level, a marital status. It can save time in researching individual clients. How hard would it be for somebody to sit there and go out to the general population and try and find people that are married 65 to 75 with $1 million in assets and a home paid off? That's difficult for you to do on a one-on-one basis. But these research firms that are selling these assets or selling these leads tend to have that information and data pretty readily available. And it can become easy to quantify your return on investment. You know how many sales that you got out of your cost. But what are the challenges? Cost per lead is the biggest challenge out there. And we get asked all the time by advisors if we will help sponsor or provide leads for them. Better leads cost more. And the other big challenge is that most of these leads are sold to multiple reps and multiple advisors. So if you're not the first one in the door, chances are that's good money going after bad. Okay, you have to deal with the data accuracy. How many people are being honest on those surveys? You have to deal with quasi-cold calls. Those clients, when you reach out to them, don't know who you are. They don't know why you're calling at first. You got to kind of break that sheet of ice. And then you're dealing also with the do not call lists and the canned spam rules if you're emailing or calling. So there's a lot of significant challenges when it comes to lead generations and buying leads. And that's really why we sat down and we developed a lead generation tool through the Easy Insurance button. And it's your own, it's unique to you, and it's organic. And it's a great way to increase or add revenue that you've been missing, been walking past, been choosing not to work with. And for anybody, Barry and Dennis were talking about growing your businesses and bringing on new advisors and new associates. This is a great way to help get clients and prospects in front of associates as you're bringing them on and getting their feet wet. It's a great way to do that. So what are the benefits of the Easy Insurance button system and this lead generation system? This is a 9-carrier product platform. It services both GUL and term. And a lot of advisors think that this is for small cases, but that's not the case. We are doing a lot of large cases through this system. We've got countless cases of $1 million plus. We've got cases in-house right now in underwriting that have been submitted through here that are $10 million in face and $6 million in face. We're talking $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 a year in premium. We've got all the big boys when it comes to the carriers on it. We have automatic access to accelerated underwritten. Now, that does not mean that this is going to be a limited underwriting. These policies are still fully underwritten. Instead of having examiners go out, all the carriers are striving to do no physical exams. They're still looking at DMV, they're still looking at prescription check, and they're still checking medical records and Medical Information Bureau. I do have 2 carriers right now that will guarantee no paramed exam. And that's SBLI at ages 18 to 60, $500,000 and less on face amount. They will guarantee that your client will not have to do a physical exam. Same thing for Pac Life, ages 55 to 69, $1 million and less. But for Pac Life, the client has to have had an exam in the last 18 months where they got labs done. Okay, but anybody have clients in today's market that are concerned about meeting, that are concerned about letting strangers in their house, that are concerned about physical interaction? We have a lot of clients that are like that, don't we? They want to do stuff virtually. They want to do it over the phone. They want to do it on Zoom. This is a way that you can still service their needs, still do their life insurance, and guarantee a physically separated process in this. A lot of advisors are working in multilingual areas where English is a second language. We have multilingual phone interviews. We've got others that are adding it. This is a 100% digital process, so there's no paper signatures, and you're not going to have cases that are not in good order. We're part owner of the call centers that fulfill the needs for this system as well. Unlike EMSI, and I don't know if anybody knows of EMSI, they were the largest fulfiller of life insurance requirements in this country, maybe the world. They closed their doors on July 3rd and never reopened. Places like iPipeline had to suspend new life insurance sales because they were not able to get exams done. They weren't able to do telephone interviews. They weren't able to get that side done. We have our own call center that we're a part owner of. Our call center was up and running. These are licensed and trained professionals that are calling on behalf of the insurance company. So we don't have to worry about issues like that. So your business will keep going. And we're constantly growing and expanding. We're always adding carriers and we're always adding services and benefits. And as Alan and I talked about this over the last week or so, we got trying to figure out, how big is this marketplace that we're really talking about and playing in? Okay, it makes up a very small GDC at Money Concepts, but when you look at it by the numbers, 54% of American adults have life insurance. Seems like a lot, but when you look at the fact that there's over 235 million adults in the US, that means there's 108 million adults without insurance of any kind. That's a big market and a big opportunity. And of that 54%, 27% only have it through group insurance at work. That's not going to be enough if something happens to that client or that family. Typically, work insurance, group insurance is a multiple of income, typically 1, 2, or 3 times income, and it's almost never portable. Some advisors recommend 10 to 15% or times income for insurance needs and insurance coverages. Younger clients can get as high as 35. This next one, 29% of adults anticipate buying life insurance online. This is going to continue to skyrocket, and this is why we've developed this system to be an online system that has a physically distanced process. I see this 29% increasing substantially over the next several years. As the adult population becomes more and more tech savvy, as more people are buying stuff online through Amazon and other outlets, insurance is going to go that way. We are on the front edge. You are on the front edge of that. Okay. 40% of people wish they had purchased their insurance at younger ages. Reason for that is that insurance goes up about 8% per year as you age. And then just a few other stats on some pricing. 2 to 3 times more expensive for tobacco users than not tobacco users. I put that in here because not all tobacco is made equal. We have plenty of carriers that look at only cigarette use as tobacco. If they use pipes or cigars or chew or use patches, we can get them non-tobacco rates. So call us when you come across a tobacco user. And we also found out that women for the same age and health class pay 1/3 less than men. When I was going through this presentation, I told my wife with a chuckle that that's because we make it so nice for them in life. And she immediately threw something at me and I had to duck quick. So I don't think she really appreciated that. But before we dive into the system, there's a few calls to action I want to bring to your attention. In order to use the lead generation, you need to be registered for the Easy Insurance button. And we're going to go through how to register and how to link the accounts. Because when you sign into your TechEdge dashboard, not enough information is passed over from Money Concepts to get you fully operational on the Easy Insurance button. So we need you to log in and register and link your accounts. Please, when you do this, use your email address as your login ID. It does help save some bugs that we discovered a couple months ago. So use your login, your email address as your login ID. This system is independent. The Easy Insurance platform is independent from the leads. So if you are going to do a traditional life app through here, please get registered before you're sitting down with the clients, because it can take, usually it's instantaneous. We do have to approve you, but it could take as long as 15 minutes to get that approval through. It's a long time to sit with the client across from you. Second thing you need to do, second call of action, get a hold of our office, contact us, and let us know that you want that lead generation link. And then third one, really, you just need to start marketing it. This system is so intuitive and so flexible that you can use it in any capacity that you would like, in any tools and any advertising that you're currently doing, and any reach outs that you're doing to new and prospective clients or existing blocks of business, you can use this system with. Okay, so once you get in and you are working with the clients, this is a 5, maybe a 10-minute application system to get the insurance started. That's all the time that's committed on your part and the client's part. It can be done in person, over the phone, through a Zoom meeting, anything along those lines. It can even be done out of state. We had an advisor on Monday from Colorado register for the system and drop a ticket that same day for a client in Wisconsin. So as long as you're licensed in that state, it gives you the ability and portability and flexibility to work with clients that maybe have moved or have family members they're referring you to in other states. The client does have to do about a 30-minute phone interview. Now, reason being is you're not asking any health questions. What advisor likes asking a client why they went to the doctor last? Nobody does, right? Your job is to handle and protect their money, not figure out what their medical conditions are. So the clients do have a 30-minute telephone interview, give or take, that they'll go through, where they're going to get asked things like, why were you at the doctor last? What was it for? What prescriptions are you on? So we do have some sheets that'll prepare the clients for those interviews as well. These policies, as I said before, are fully underwritten, so it's not good for sneaking through a client you know has a health issue. And these, with the e-policy deliveries, you have the ability that this process could be a physically separated process all the way through from start to finish. And it speeds up the time as well. So how do you get to the Easy Insurance button? First, you go to the TechEdge dashboard. Okay, you log into your TechEdge dashboard and you scroll down to the insurance section and you click on the big green Easy Insurance button. We brought it out, something that jumps right out of the page. This is going to redirect your website to our homepage. You've got a lot of tools at your disposal here. We've got annuities that you can search by interest rates. We got forms. We've got contracting and licensing. We've got applications on there. So there's a lot of different tools that you've got at your disposal. What we're going to talk about is over here on the right-hand side, that Easy Insurance button. Okay. And when you click on it, this is where I'm saying you need to register. You need to register at the very bottom. You see where it shows that small orange section says register. And please, I can't stress this enough, use your email address, Money Concepts email, as your user ID. Once you're registered, that'll give us the ability to generate your unique code. And I'm just looking, I'm going to pick on Adam and Jim because there are 2 pictures I see up here. If Jim gave Adam for some reason his code for his lead generation tool, anybody that Adam used that with and clicked on it would be linked back to Jim. So you definitely want to keep these for yourself and keep them unique to yourself. But what does the code look like? This is what one of the codes looks like. That's my personal one. It's a lot of numbers and letters and dashes. You don't really need to know much about how that part works. But what you need to know is this can be used as your hyperlink. And really, what is a hyperlink for anybody who doesn't know? It's just a spot, either highlighted text or an icon that opens a web page when you click on it. Most of you people, most advisors out there have something on their signature line that says, click here to access my calendar, okay? Or click here to send me a secure file. Those are hyperlinks. It's a spot for a client to click, opens up a new web page. So I just threw one down here. It says, how much does life insurance cost? Click here to find out. You can use any phrase that you want to use. We're working with Money Concepts to be able to get you access to the green Easy Insurance button, so you'll be able to tell the clients, hey, click on the Easy Insurance button. You'll find out how much life insurance costs for you. Because one thing we've noticed over the years, clients do not have a handle on how much insurance costs. They think it's way more expensive than it really is. So once your clients click on that, what will they see? What are the clients going to need to do? I got to slide this over here. What do your clients see when they click on your link? So this is the information that the clients will need to fill out. It's very basic information. It's state, date of birth, gender, tobacco status, how long, how much. Okay, this is the same information that when you go through and you do a traditional Easy Insurance application, you start with this screen as well. It asks for height and weight just to give the clients an idea of their health class rating. And it can take a few seconds to generate, somewhere around 10 to 20 seconds. But it does run the full gamut of carriers. These are all the carriers at your disposal. It's listed off from the best health class to the worst health class, the least expensive to the most expensive. This client qualified for preferred best. If he didn't, it would start at preferred and show preferred, standard, plus, and standard. So it's very reflexive, it's very intuitive, and it's really giving the clients real-time information on it. So if the client looked at this and said, hey, I'm going to apply, I'd like more information on this banner policy that's the least expensive. What they simply do is they click request now, and it opens up one more box for them. The yellow highlighted section needs to be filled in. The white does not. So in this one, you know, it asks for the very basic information. This one doesn't even require a social security number. All carriers are a little different. Some even ask for net worth, social security, and income levels. Some don't. But what happens when your client fills it out and they click submit? They get a thank you screen that says, thank you. Somebody will be reaching out to you shortly. And it gives them your contact information for both your email and your phone number in case they need to get a hold of you ahead of time. But what happens for you on the back end? You get an email within minutes that says, hey, you've had somebody that clicked on your insurance link and wants more information. This is really a call to action to let you know that inside the Easy Insurance system, you now have a lead. And how do you access that lead? Remember the steps we did before to get to our website and get to the Easy Insurance button? You go back through those steps and you'll be in your personalized Easy Insurance system. Click the green Easy button and it'll bring you in. You'll notice that over by where it says lead, there's a 1 next to it, and you can see Clark Griswold's name there. When you click on that lead, that'll pull up. You double click Clark Griswold's name and it'll bring open that application. Once you open it up, it gets moved from the lead section to the principaling section or the pending section. Okay. Anytime you start an application and you stop, it will always be saved in that pending area. So you click on that, you open it up, and it will tell you when the client wants to be contacted and what numbers. This gives you the ability to then reach out to the client at the time that they're looking for. Okay. And this is the start of your application. It's about 6 screens. So it's this screen plus about 4 or 5 others. So it's a very quick, easy process. It's a great way to reach out to the clients. So what do your clients need for their interviews? Okay. They need driver's license, social security numbers. Like I said, reach out to us. I can provide a document like this for you so you have something to either give to the client or email to them. but doctors and clinics have visited in the last 5 years, prescriptions, medications, other insurance coverages, amounts, companies, and they need to know their net worth and their liabilities and their assets. That's something you can help them with as well. And really, we're running a little tight on time here, but I was going to open up an app and take you through an app to show you that it really does take about 5 minutes to do insurance. Everybody on this call think they could spend 5 minutes to earn $250 a year and bring in a new client? That's really what this system does on the low end. Now, how do you use that hyperlink? Where can you use it? Like I said, we're working with Money Concepts to get that on your individual advisor web pages. There's been, obviously with the transition into the Epic system, Mark and the home office has had their hands completely full with that. So we're anticipating a Q4 or a Q1 launch of that. But in the meantime, where else can you use it? Does anybody do digital marketing? Do you reach out through LinkedIn, through Facebook, through Instagram, through emails? This is something you can have on every communication going out. I know there's some advisors out there. I've been working with some of you on putting together YouTube channels. I talk about insurance. This is a great spot to have, a great piece to have in your YouTube channel or in the links in the YouTube channels. So this really comes out in Twitter. If you're a tweeter, I guess would be the right term. If you tweet, have this in there. This is a great way to reach out to clients and engage them digitally. Remember, 30% of clients are buying their insurance online currently. That number is going to go up. This is a way to get out to them and get to them in front of them early. Put it in your emails. Do a direct marketing email. These are just ideas Alan and I kind of kicked around and came up with in about a 10-minute, 15-minute session. What about non-printed, non-digital materials? Anybody send out client statements? Anybody send out review letters? Anybody send out anything like that? Birthday cards, notes, right? How about going to a QR code generator? QR Monkey is a free one out there. There's paid ones out there that we use. It's a way that you can communicate your digital platform through traditional non-digital means. So you can put that QR code on there, put it on your on a birthday card, put it on the back of a business card, and have some catchy phrase on there. And we can, you can use it in print media. If you're doing any traditional print advertising, we can go ahead and you can use it there. So really the possibilities are endless when it comes to getting in front of your clients. This is something that you don't have to pay for, that you can inject into your current marketing plans to grow your business organically. Now, who should you engage with? That's the other question we get a lot. Right now, you've got a lot of people that are losing jobs, don't you? Or changing jobs. They've been laid off, they're starting a new job. We talked about the fact that 27% of adults have insurance only through their work. What happens when they get laid off? They lose that insurance. It's important to have that for them. And what do we need? What do we use? What's a good rule when it comes to identifying insurance need for a client? When I sit down with clients, I talk to them and I say, hey, we can sit here and we can go through a fact finder. We've got those. I can do that all day long. But most clients don't want to sit down and go through their debts, their expenses, their income needs, their college expenses, thinking that. They don't have the time. It seems overwhelming. So we use a general rule of thumb in those cases. And the general rule of thumb that I use is income times working years. Current income times working years. Guy making $100,000 today, working for the next 30 years, he's worth $3 million today, assuming no bonuses and assuming no raises. That is immediate income need today to provide for his family. You can insure up to that, you can insure over that, you can insure under that based on the conversations that you have with that client. So people changing jobs. How do you identify people changing jobs? It's as easy as 401k rollovers, isn't it? You have clients coming in looking for 401k rollovers. It's a great sign that somebody changed a job. They might need some insurance. How about new and existing homeowners? Right, we've got a historically low interest rates. They've been hammering low rates for a long time. People are buying, refinancing, and rebuying vacation homes, new homes, first home time purchasers. This is a great place to go out. Network with your local realtors association. Network with some mortgage brokers. How about your existing clients? Existing clients that you don't have insurance with. Does it make sense to take 10 minutes or 5 minutes, protect your block of business by making sure that that PNC agent doesn't get in there And maybe he's got a different advisor he refers clients out to. This is one I talked about at the last few meetings, is children and grandchildren of existing clients. Your A clients that have kids and grandkids that are in their 30s and 20s. That's a great need. They're having kids, they're having babies, they're having buying houses, they're getting married at those ages. Those are all insurable needs. It's a great way. Have your QR code on the back of a business card. Your A client who's 65 or 70 might not know how to use it, but he can hand it to his son or daughter and say, hey, I just met with Adam today, and he wants me to talk to you. He wants you to just check this out. You need some insurance. He made a lot of good sense. You're buying a house. And it gives you a way to reach out to that client. It gives them a way to access you. It's a non-confrontational meeting. And it gives you the ability to be in line when the kids inherit the parents' assets, because you will have the insurance not only for the client, but you'll have that line of business with those kids. Less likely that they're going to go to another advisor. And then one other one that I thought was interesting that we did a lot of business with back in March is when the market loss drops, you can meet with clients that are having losses. It's a very good conversation to have, talking to them about, hey, I know you lost 30% in your portfolio. You're down to 700,000 from $1 million. We don't know when or how fast this market's going to recover, but what we need to do is get a $500,000 policy in force on you today so that if something happens to you, your family doesn't experience and doesn't realize the loss of this market. You can take 5 minutes, fill out an application, do it with SBLI or do it with Pac Life, and there's no physical exam that's going to be taken. So the client's got 35, 40 minutes involved in it. You've got 5, you've protected an asset, and then the client, number one, feels better because it's not a money play, it's a protection play, and it's about his family, not about his money. And then the client's in control. They can keep it, cancel it, or convert it once the market does recover. How about the marketing to the upcoming baby boom? Anybody think we're having a baby boom coming up here? I mean, there's only so, everybody's been locked in the house with their significant others, and there's only so much Netflix and Disney Plus you can watch. I'm thinking December, January, February is going to be the start of this baby boom. And what does that mean? That means you've got people right now that are pregnant, that are excited, and they're scared. And it's their first, their second, third, maybe more of their kids. Maybe it was planned or not. But the reality is, bringing a life into this world is something that brings life insurance and protection to everybody's mind. This is a great way to reach out. If you have doctors that are in your client base, ask them if you can put stuff in their clinics or on their check-in desks that talk about things like this. Market to that. It's a great place and a great opportunity to reach out to new clients and to grow your business. And once you have the insurance in place, it puts you in line. Use it as a foot in the door to go ahead and be able to get those other assets those families have. So in review, we need you to register for the Easy Insurance button before we can do anything else. So I would recommend, I know our meetings get out early afternoon today, go to our website, go through the Tech Edge dashboard, click on the Easy Insurance button, and go ahead and register for this system. Once you're registered, reach out to our office, call us, email us, send a carrier pigeon if you have to. Just let us know that you want that lead generation code. We'll be happy to provide that for you. Most importantly, though, we need you to get appointed with the carriers on that system through us. We can do it sometimes after the app is dropped, but we do need that in order to get the cases placed and paid at some point. Might as well do it on the front end. And if you'd like to, I'd love to schedule a walkthrough of the Easy Insurance system and how does an app really work and what are the next steps after, what happens after you hit submit on that application? What does your client go through? What does the back office go through? We're here to support you. We're here to help you grow your insurance, not only on life, but on annuities, disability, and long-term care. And we will bear the brunt on life insurance of the back office. We will schedule the exams if there's any needed. We'll go after the records, and we will follow up on those cases for you and with you every week. Again, this is the most critical and most overlooked part of a financial plan. Don't be an advisor that leaves this overlooked for your clients, because somebody else is going to be out there. Somebody else is going to market digitally, and somebody else is going to get that application online. Cross-sell to your existing clients. This 5-minute application really has brought insurance back to being easy, fast, and profitable, which is what a lot of advisors got out of life insurance because it was not easy, it was not fast, and it was not profitable. So we've brought it back to that system. We've brought it back to those 3 principles. And don't forget, use this as a foot in the door to gather other assets. With QR codes, you can see I took my QR code. This is my personal contact information. The way you scan QR codes, for anybody who doesn't know, is you grab your smartphone, you swipe from one side to the other on an iPhone, and it'll bring up your camera and just scan it. Don't take a picture, scan it while your camera app is open. It'll ask you to download my contact information. Go ahead and scan that. I'm going to leave that up there for a minute. Scan that. It'll download a contact for you into your phone. It'll give you a way to reach back out to us. So that being said, I know we're a little early. I wanted to leave some time for Alan if he needed to chime in if I missed anything, or if there's any questions out there. See if anybody had any questions or what their thoughts were on it.
Eric, thank you, and I really appreciate your going through this. And you know, we had a great conversation leading up in preparation for today, and so many of the points that Eric brought up, I just want to echo. Growing up on the life insurance side of the business 36 years ago, I still just firmly believe that the risk management side of your planning with your clients is so critical. And I think it's really overlooked, and for a lot of the reasons Eric shared. And you all have heard me say many, many times that I've made a presentation before, and I know in the room there's financial services focused representatives, and I have some insurance focused representatives, but I don't know who's who. And I would sit there and make the comment about, hey, if you're an insurance focused producer in this room, why don't you do securities? And you'd hear a lot of things like, oh, compliance or getting licensed and that kind of thing. And basically I say, well, all right, yeah, those are good reasons, but how does this sound? You know, I can't control the market, so therefore I got a great insurance client, and if I invest their money and they lose money, they're going to get ticked off at me, and I'm going to lose a good client. And people are like, yeah. And on the flip side of that, if you're securities focused, but you don't do life insurance, why not? Well, underwriting. I don't like asking medical questions like Eric just shared a few minutes ago. But one of the things that stuck out in my mind with that is, you know, I don't want to, I'm a financial advisor, a financial planner, you know, financial professional, as they say today. You know, I'm not an insurance agent. The bottom line that Eric shared that we cannot overlook is this: if you think that you can handle just their investments and let somebody down the street handle their insurance, you're kidding yourself, because as he mentioned, even the P&C firms are getting into more of the risk management side on the life insurance, and people are looking to combine that and have less people to go to. And so you want to quarterback that. You want to be the one driving that conversation. You know, this afternoon in our recruiting session, you know, I'm going to be talking about, hey, if insurance is not what your interest is, you know, there's a lot of candidates out there that you could bring into your organization that specialize in that. They could be your insurance specialist in your practice. It's a great way to expand your business and bring that to, and align yourself with a partner like U.S. Marketing, they have the resources to help you. You know, that's the thing out there today, is there's so many choices that you have and the hats that you need to wear. Aligning yourself with strategic partners is really important to do so, and they have the resources, not only just from the carrier standpoint, but ways to help market that in your business. So Eric, I really appreciate your going through this and you know, taking time to do it. We have just a few minutes left before the system automatically takes everyone back to the general session. So if you have a question for Eric, please unmute your line and feel free to ask.
There was one question that came in, and it was, I got to find it again. It was the link on how to get to the Easy Insurance platform. Before I get to that, there was something I came across last night, and it's a little poem on about selling life insurance. And I want to read this real quick. It says, "I sell life insurance. Other salespeople are limited." It highlights what you're talking about, Alan. Other people are limited. They just sell furniture, appliances, cars, or shoes. I sell these things too, and I sell many more things. I sell meat, bread, and milk for the table of a family deprived of a father or mother. I sell canceled mortgages so that a mother or father and the children can live comfortably. I sell college educations to give youngsters better opportunities in life. I sell the little extras, the dreams, the promises, ice cream cones, rollerblades, movie tickets, a dress for the prom. I make life worth living. I sell time with grandchildren, golf clubs, fishing tackle, exciting trips and retirement income, and self-respect for later years. I see all these necessities and good things of life because life insurance is for the living. Yes, I sell life insurance, and pardon me if my pride is showing. That's a good
Wow.
summary of what life insurance can do and what it can provide and how it can perform for your clients. It's not just about income replacement. It's the dreams, it's the hopes, it's the ice creams, it's the trips. It's the missed opportunities that you're trying to make up for in life. And it's you're trying to fulfill promises that other people, because they passed away, weren't able to do. I've got another couple questions here. I will definitely send that poem out. Somebody asked me for that. And the other question was link to sign up for the Easy Insurance platform. Let me see if I can get to that easily. Okay. So what you would do is you'd go to the Tech Edge dashboard, go down to the insurance section and click on the Easy Insurance button. That'll bring you to our website where again, you click on the Easy Insurance button. And that, if it's your first time using the system, will bring you to this registration link. Okay. And down here at the bottom is where the registration is. It's small, it's a little hidden. I'd like that bigger, but I don't get a say in that kind of stuff. When you click on that, it's going to ask for your personal information, your name, email, social, and address and phone number, because we need that system to validate. We need those pieces to validate advisors through the system. But once you're registered, you come back to here and you link accounts. And that's where using your email address makes it easiest, because it matches up your Easy Insurance account with your US marketing account, and it matches it up by those user IDs, which is your email address.
Can I add something? Can I add something right there, Eric? And that is one of the reasons why, when Eric said in his presentation that you got to go through that because there's certain information that doesn't transfer from Money Concepts directly to U.S. Marketing or any other FMO out there. We are not taking the liberty of social security numbers and all those kind of things. We're not sharing that with anyone, even strategic partners. So that's one reason why, to protect you, we don't do that. So that's why you have to have that extra step in there.
Yeah, it's strictly name, address, or it's strictly first name, last name, and email address is all that gets passed over. There's two areas that you need to register when you get to our website. That is the Easy Insurance button and the licensing and contracting. It's online licensing and contracting through SureLC. That you need to register with that because you need socials and addresses for that one as well.
Okay, I know the system should be, we're at 4 minutes. The system at 2 minutes you'll probably see something pop up on your screen and give you the option to go back to the general session. You can go ahead and go back then when that comes up, and also if you hang on, it's going to automatically kick you back to the general session. Again, Eric, we really appreciate your taking the time to walk through this with us today. I think it's a great opportunity, and again, some of those things that works behind the scenes on your behalf as you're working with your current clients, but also prospecting for new leads out there as well. And so please take a look at this, and we appreciate our relationship with U.S. Marketing and all the support that you all provided to us over the years.
Yes, and we appreciate the partnership and relationships that we've had with the different advisors, and thank you for the business. And Alan, thanks for having me be a part of this call. I hope this is something, I know this is something that can be beneficial for everybody on the call and all the advisors out there. So hopefully we get to see some good business rolling, and life is good. Hopefully we get to, if anybody has questions, feel free to go ahead and reach out to me. I'll pull that screen back up with my QR code in case you still need to scan it.
All right, thank you everyone, and just sit tight, and again, you'll get prompted here very shortly to move back to the general session. You can leave, you can scroll down on your systems and look at leaving room, but just make sure you don't click the leave meeting, and therefore that'll get you to the general session. Thank you.
Eric, this is Mike Carter.
Yes.
Is it possible just to be appointed with a few of the carriers, or just through U.S. Marketing, and we only get quotes from those carriers?
Mike, actually, that's a great question. And yes, that is. That is. We do have the ability to limit carriers on that system. So I've got an advisor. I'm going to leave him unnamed. He had a bad experience with Protective Life before we were working with them. He requested that Protective Life not show up, and we're able to go through and select which carriers you have on your feed and which ones you don't. So if there's carriers you want to work with or don't want to work with, definitely let us know, and we'll get that up for you. So. Excellent. But yeah, no, that's a great question. Most carriers.
Hey, you going to be on this phone call with me on Bobby Birch, or it's got the FS decision call?
Pardon, Scott?
Or did you want me to just call him?
Oh. The other thing to keep in mind, and when Scott started talking, I lost my train of thought there. It did have to do with, I think it had to do with the carriers, limiting carriers. Oh, most carriers, that's what it was. Most carriers do allow for more than one appointment. The only carrier I'm aware of right now, Mike, that does not allow multiple access points to them is Securian. But all the carriers on this system do allow for more than one avenue in. So you can have a code with another FMO as well as with us. It's going to be tied to your code on there. So that would be another way through that system as well. Any other questions?
Thank you, Eric.